What if I were to tell you that this chaotic mess behind me is producing as much food as all of the beds my nice raised beds that are organized and intentionally planted, and yet this is still highly productive? Come with me and I'll show you what's hiding in here. Welcome to The Provident Gardener. And today I'm going to talk about something that is often referred to as chaos gardening. And there is a backstory behind this. So in this bed last year, I had given this to my grandson to care for. Well, life got crazy, and at the end of the season, it never got put to bed. So all of the fruit that wasn't harvested just sat there and rotted and composted all winter long. Well, spring came and I cleaned that garden bed out. I put an inch of compost on it, and then I planted onions and leeks. And that's all that I planted in here. Everything else was either perennial and came back, or came back naturally from the seeds that were in the soil from last year's crop. And I think one of the amazing things when you look at this is it is quite chaotic. And quite frankly, if I left it the way that it is, it wouldn't be quite as productive because it needs light and it needs airflow. I should probably mention Joseph Lofthouse from Land-Raised Gardening. Now, his method is one where you save your seeds every year, and every time you save your seeds, those seeds get stronger and better adapted to your climate and the pest pressure that you have and all that. And this chaotic gardening thing here is doing exactly that with none of the work. So let's take a look and see what's actually in here. The flowers are perennials. This is cantaloupe that looks much better than it did last year. You can see the green beans, but normally in my beds I would have planted bush beans because they're easier, but he had planted pole beans and they're just thriving in here. You can see the onions that I planted, or these are leeks, hiding away in here. This is lettuce that's gone to seed, and because it's gone to seed, it'll have another crop. Again, here you can see all the calendula that has reseeded. There is dill. My little dill that's reseeded. This is coriander seeds, and these big, beautiful, bushy plants are amaranth, red amaranth, and they self-seeded, but they grow these beautiful seed heads that you can harvest amaranth off of. The other thing that's in here is ground cherries. I love ground cherries, so I'm kind of excited about that. There's a lot more calendula, and calendula is my friend, so we won't pull all of it out, but we'll clean this up. So because I'm trying to save what's in here, I'm going to start just by taking some fencing, and I'm just gonna kind of secure it here, and we'll trellis stuff up it. Now I'm going to try super hard not to hurt this little guy because he's kind of really out of control. But the goal is to get light and air, because that's one of the things that it couldn't do on its own. And once I get it started, it'll take off on its own and just finish climbing up and over. If you notice with the dill, I'm cutting it off at the bottom and leaving the root in the ground so that the root can decay and provide nutrients and aerate the ground. But this is done. Now it just becomes chicken and rabbit food. Okay, so we gave it a little bit of breathing room so everything will be happier, and the onions that I originally planted will have the ability to grow, because right now some of them just haven't had enough light. I think that the biggest lesson that we learned from this is to just get out of nature's way. Now this lettuce has gone to seed, and I love this variety of lettuce. And so what I'm doing now is, before I feed this to the bunnies, I'm just ensuring that in the spring, before I ever have a chance to plant lettuce, I'll have lettuce growing here. So the goal is to learn from nature, to just get out of her way a little bit and watch and observe, see what really works well, because the best plants, the ones that are going to help you be able to survive without a lot of work, are the ones that nature herself takes care of. But you know, the gardener thing is kind of really important because I will get more cantaloupes. I will get more green beans, and green beans that I'll be able to pick because I just did this little thing. This is just scrap. This is from another project. So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to cost a lot of time, but the joy and the health benefits of growing your own food are absolutely incredible. So for today, remember, don't be afraid to get some dirt under your nails and turn dirt into dinner. Even if it's a chaos garden, you can do this.